just wants someone else to deal with the problem. So he will owner finance, do whatever it takes, and he can make money with it. So if you don't need desperate sellers to make money, you need the right buyers to make money. When I teach students on my real estate, my way of buying houses, is you don't even get a chance to talk to sellers until you have built up a buyer's list, until you have actually automated the process of buyer's list. So the buyers come to you automatically. I don't have a software. You could say, yes, it is completely automated, but it's not a software. It is a business philosophy that has been given a software. So that you do the first tab 1, tab 2, that by the time when you get to talk to the seller is on the 3rd tab, and you have to train your buyers before you can get to call the sellers. You have to train your buyers, and so if you have buyers first, you'll never have excess or unsold inventory because you don't have inventories. You first find buyers. You'll never have good months followed by poor months because up and down. Those happen because when you have unsold inventory, poor cash flow. So understand the philosophy of buyers first. That let it go, and it's not it's almost counterintuitive. That if you just take this one concept, you'll be different. Remember I said one way to become successful is follow what the masses are doing and go the other direction, right? You'll increase your odds. If everybody is looking for a house, the moment they're fighting over that one house, how many people can get that house? One. But the moment they have the house, they need what? A buyer. So if you're the one that has the buyers, then let them fight over get the house. You just then call them and do a joint venture with them, or you can get them a price and then make the difference. Because the masses are doing this, you're doing the one. You just increase your odds of success. Does it make sense? Focus on something where the masses are not. Every guru teaches you find motivated sellers. You've never heard anybody standing before you and tell you focus on buyers. You've never had anyone standing before you and tell you that forget about real estate, work on yourself. Your attitude is going to determine your success, not your real estate knowledge. And so really, I want to make sure that you understand what it takes to become successful, not buy houses. Because buying houses will make you unsuccessful. It will make your life miserable if you don't have the exit strategy first. So, most powerful form of marketing is not bandit signs, not television, not nothing. Most powerful is relationship marketing and joint venture marketing. If you take all the things from me away, put me in an island, this is the one thing, and give me one technique to come back, I will take joint venture and come right back. And finding deals, the traditional marketing versus relationship marketing, what I have done, and I shared with you all the 5 steps of find, fund, fix, flip, and flow, and we already agreed the hardest thing is to find deals. And that's where if you have to invest in marketing to find deals. And most people are not spending any money on marketing to begin with. So that's why they're always behind, because they don't have the money to invest in marketing. So they say, all catch-22, which one comes first? But what I have done is created, finally, a relationship with someone. I tried to first get the relationship with the bank to get the inventory from the bank. I've tried it unsuccessfully for years because this particular game of bank REO, it's such a treacherous place. It is full of pitfalls, and it's like a daisy chain. So many people have got their hand out, I can never get to the real source. Those of you know what I'm talking about. That you always never could find the real source. So I hired 2 people in my office. I was doing short sales when people didn't know how to spell short sales. Back in 2005, 2006. I was doing short sales. Before it became a fad. I was doing, before I knew that bank REO is coming, I was calling bank REOs, and the banks were not motivated to deal with as much short sale and all those things. But I lost money, so I got out. Remember I said that this is my second go around. So last year, I got back into real estate full time again. And and I was doing business consulting. And LA, we're doing seminars all over the country just on helping people with their business development, nothing to do with real estate. But one of my business development clients, when he found out that I'm back in real estate, I get a tape from him. A tape is an Excel spreadsheet of bank REOs. He sent me a tape and he goes, hey, you're back, here's a tape. First of all, right away I knew that he's not the source, because he's not even in real estate, he just dabbles in real estate. So he must have got it for someone else. So I called him up, I said, hey, I'm interested, but I have some questions. He couldn't answer any of my questions. I said, please, where do you get it from? So first of all, he was hesitant. I said, listen, I'm not trying to bypass you. I'm just trying to get to the source so they can answer my question. If the numbers are right, I don't care how you divide your pie. I just want from my side. He called the guy in Jacksonville, Wyoming. I called the guy, asked some questions. He couldn't answer my question. I said, where is the real source? So he said, oh, the guy's in Oregon. I called the Oregon guy. I answered the question, and he couldn't answer my question. By that time, I said, oh my God, it's old back memory coming back. I'm out of this game. This is not for me. And I got out. I said, no, man, it's so much easier. I go put the 100 bandit signs, I buy a house. I don't have to deal with anyone. Simple. But my friend who first sent me the list, he knew that I'm serious. He knew that I'm a buyer. So he kept on pushing and finding the source. And 2 months later, he called me. He goes, hey, I found the source. I said, are you sure it's a real one? He goes, this is the real deal. This is the real source. I found it. And I said, good. Where is the source? Where is he? He goes, he lives in Tampa. I said, he lives in Tampa? It's a sign from up above. I immediately picked up the phone and I said, man, may I take you out to lunch? May I take you out to lunch? And I just went to lunch with him and I said, man, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. You have it. I've been trying to do what you've got all these years. You have it. You have all these thousands of houses. What do you need? And what do you think he said?
Buyers.
Buyers. And what do I have? Buyers. I have students all over the country that I'm teaching them how I'm working so hard. They're investing money on finding what? Houses. And here I have thousands of houses. And now they're looking for buyers. And I said, great. If you need buyers and you have houses, not only does he have houses, every single month, on the 1st of the month, today's May 1st, May 2nd, on May 1st, he gets a list from Ocwen. And those of you in the business, you know that Ocwen is not a bank, it's a what?
Servicer.
Servicer. And Ocwen is the largest servicer. That means they serve all the big boys. They get their sources from all of them. And they send him a list exclusively. And this list is anywhere from, this month's list, I got it last night, is 1,059 properties. 1,059 properties. And last night, today, I'm going to send out that list. Because when we get the list from the bank, we just simply get it named, the address and the house, and then the starting bid price. The starting bid price means that Ocwen, these are not exclusive lists. So let me clarify. It's not an exclusive list from the fact that these properties, they've been trying to sell on their own, but they're unsuccessful. For whatever reason, they want to liquidate these houses. So they have tens of thousands of houses. So I don't control where the houses are. These houses are mostly 50,000 or less. And they choose, and some month they're 2,000, some month they're, the lowest I've seen is 870. And they send the list, and it's scattered over 40-some states. And that's all they do. So look, for example, how many of you know what Hubzu is? Hubzu is the auction site, right? You don't know that Hubzu is owned by Ocwen. So Hubzu, Ocwen tries to sell the house through Hubzu, and they put the starting bid price. They usually keep the starting bid price low so that people can come in and bid it up. Because if they put it high, they're not going to go. So they make it low just to get you. Or they put it in auctions.com, or sometimes they put it in MLS. All kinds of ways they try to sell it, but they can't. So they just send that list to him every single month on the 1st. And then on the 2nd, the reason I don't send it on the 1st is because for my students, I want to help them speed up the decision making. So I do analytics on the property. They only give me an address and the starting bid price. That's it. The starting bid price is not the ARV or anything. It's the lowest. And what I do is I have created a whole process from it takes hours and hours scraping data from the online sources to now give all the bedroom, bathroom, when was the last sold, what is the valuation, and the Google map and everything, so that, and then I put down what the formulas are so you can play the what if game. The whole thing I do for value add, so they can take a look at a house and make a decision very, very quickly instead of, they don't even have to go to any place to type. And I will send the list today to my students. They have 6 days. Now the beauty of it is that we have to bid on all of those houses. We have created a private bidding platform, not a public, not an internet. So there is no website, this is private. So only my students get the list, and some of their buyers that were institutional sort of buyers before I came to the picture last year. And this properties, and since we bid on everything, we buy these properties at 40, 50, 60, 70% off the starting bid price.
Wow.
Not the ARV, the starting bid price. And you, as the general public, me as the general public, we never had the opportunity to buy a tape because I can't afford to buy 1,000 houses, or even 100 houses, or even 10 houses. I want to look at one. But if I buy one, do you think I'm going to get the discount? But for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited, is for my students, they can buy one house at the same discount. That I send the list, I have to buy them blind because there's no way I can do 1,000 properties, evaluate them, and look at them in 1 week. So I cannot, physically impossible. So I send the list to my students, and they want to look at their 6 houses. Each one of the houses have lockbox code. I buy it blind, but you don't have to. You have the lockbox code. You go, kick the tires, do your rehab estimate. You decide, look at the title, if there are any back taxes. It has gone through foreclosure, so all the liens are wiped out. The only thing that might be there is back taxes. Remember I said, first rule of real estate is price cures all. So you look at what the ARV is, and then you do your due diligence, and you decide how much you want to bid for this house. And you put the bid on the 6th day, and you get to buy the one house at the same discount that I can get it for. And only ones that I do, only thing is, on this, you do is, you put 50%, whatever, if the house is $50,000, and you decide to bid 30. I'm just making up a number. So that means you have to give me 50% down on the 6th day, and then the bank will let me know around the 20th of the month. They let me know if I won the bid or not. If you won the bid, then I let you know that you won it. You have 24 hours to give me the other 50%, and if you don't, you lose your first 50%. Oh. So don't play the game. This is not for beginners, meaning don't play the game you have half done and now you have to look for the other half for someone else, for a private lender. If you don't have the whole thing, it's not for you to play. better have a joint venture partner. It's easy, use their money, but have the money from them to play. And if you don't win the bid, then I return the money back to you. It goes into my escrow account, and then from escrow account back to you. Are you clear? How much money you have to put down on the, when you make the bid?
50%.
50%. And on the 20th of the month, again, these are plus minus, and you have to come up with 24 hours, the other 50%, and then, so you can buy just one. And that's it. And there are people in this room, and what I'm going to show you is after, now, that all these things that you have right now in this game, that now my students are so busy, and what happens is one commitment that I make to my students is that if any house, if you make a bid, I don't bid on that house, because I already know your bid. If I wanted to win that house, I can put $1 more and I can win it. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So I can win everyone, but I'm in the volume game. The only thing is, how I make money is it's an all open, so that you see the numbers that the bank gives me. You see the starting bid, I give you the exact number. There's no markup, nothing in there. So what I do is I charge a flat $2,500 buyer's premium. That's it. But when I wholesale a house, I wouldn't wholesale less than 10 grand. But this is fast. I want to leave